Than half an hour to kick off at Stamford Bridge, but what events in those three games? Let's round it all up for you again. Beginning at Old Trafford, so Ruben Amorim will arrive to take the new job on the back of a 3-0 victory in the last game under Ruud Van Nestelrooy, Michael, and quite an assured performance all round from United.
Yeah, it was. Started well, Fernandes with this goal. Lovely strike from outside the box. Nicely worked throw in, actually, from out wide. Could have been defended better from Leicester, but that was a great start for Manchester United. They never looked back, really. This was the second.
I think Bruno Fernandes has always integral when they're playing well. When he's playing well, makes them better. Plays well, good build, gets in the box, midfielders run, poorly defended by Leicester, but Højlund makes a bit of space for him. Again, that 6-yard box, anything can happen.
Garnacho not happy not starting, but all you can do is this when you come off the bench.
Well, it was great play from Eriksen. A game I thought he might have started simply because of how he can control games, but once this goes to Garnacho, he's not looking to pass that to anyone else. You know, it's a brilliant goal. You know, there's nothing to say about that. He's a top. Why wouldn't you shoot that stage 2-0 down, latter stage of the game? Why wouldn't you shoot? He doesn't need a second invitation, to be honest.
Ruud Van Nistelrooy enjoyed that then. If it is to be his Manchester United goodbye, it was a winning one. Right, just recap on those events.
Now you can tell how much they respect someone like Ruud Van Nistelrooy with a huge amount of, legend status that we speak about. But now jumping into this role as well, it shows that he'd do anything for the club.
Yeah, exactly. And, I said it before the game, he's coming from being a manager, doing really well as a manager, and taking an opportunity here to play second fiddle. But give his everything to the football club, and he's been given in recent times the opportunity to come in and manage, and he's done it wholeheartedly. He's connected everybody. His love for the players there. You can see him speaking with Martinez at the end, putting his arms around everybody. There's a genuine connection and a respect that he's done really, really well in his interim period, and I'm glad for him.
It's probably helped, especially the fact that he's worked one-on-one with plenty of these players, and the fact that obviously, you're seeing there, you mentioned about the arms around the players there. When Casemiro come off, for instance, Casemiro could not let go of Ruud Van Nistelrooy, giving him that hug to say thank you, and it means a lot and says a lot about Ruud Van Nistelrooy's character that he can, in the space of 10 days, really just get that respect straight away. Yeah, and suppose it's not just a case of what he's done immediately. It's a case of what he's done since he's been in the building in the summer. The way he's been around the players, and as players you can be very difficult to deal with, but through those difficult times, if you've got a decent character and somebody who can relate to you, and they've been through it, then it can always help. And Ruud is the type of person that'll demand from you. He'll make sure that you're at your best. And when he's pushing you, he's doing it from a good place. And another player that demands, obviously, the best from everyone is Bruno Fernandes, scoring on his 250th appearance, and we can see the way that he's leading the team, not just by example, but trying to make sure that, everyone on the pitch is celebrating every single moment there. Bruno Fernandes scoring today, I don't think he could have asked for any more, could he? It was a great way to start off that appearance for him. Yeah, obviously the goals, they're the cherry on the cake, but his performance as a whole, both attacking, defending. We're watching him in the 85th minute close the goalkeeper down and try and urge everybody forward. So there was a serious drive about him. 2 goals and an assist. He was at the heart of everything that was productive. Listen, that's what he does as the captain of this football club, and he'll be happy. He's playing with the freedom that going into the new era, United can continue this, and he can obviously be at the centre of it all. He will be, and it says a lot as well that, captaincy, for instance, when you look at a captain, you want them to obviously wear the badge of pride, you want them to be a great example, but more than that, as you said, the passion that he has for the fans, he wants these wins not just for him, the players, the coaching staff, he wants it for the fans here, and it's a great way to obviously, a platform that we said to really push on getting as many points at Old Trafford as possible. 100%, but you don't win anything individually. As Bruno Fernandes on his own, he doesn't win anything. His part of what he does is bring people together. That's the players, the coaching staff, the fans, everybody together. Pushing in the right direction with the right energy. He knows it's the way we're going to go forward and do well. So, Old Trafford needs to become that fortress again, where people don't come and pick our pocket. And in the way we've played in the last couple of weeks, it's it's the start of the repair.
Welcome back. So for the first time in the first half this season, Manchester United have scored in the Premier League. They are 2 goals to the good, and Bruno Fernandes has his first goal from open play in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, lovely little goal, well worked. Ahmad's roll here. I love the way he just looks over his shoulder then, and a little back heel, and then what a finish that is from Fernandes. You fancy him scoring. He flicks it round the corner. But just in the build-up there, Frank, you spotted something in the middle.
Yeah, I think from Leicester, there's plenty of time here for Leicester. You look at Samaro's position here. He needs to get this. Quickly becomes a 3v2 for Manchester United. Once they take the throw in, he's looking at it, he's talking, he's walking slowly. He doesn't go close to Ahmad there where he could stop that, give him that time to do that. You've got to match the numbers on the side. It makes it far too easy for Manchester United to have that little build and then a fantastic finish from them there. But it could have been stopped at source there.
One of your finishes, that.
Yeah,
Nice one.
it was, to be honest.
Liked it.
Yeah.
And Bruno Fernandes marking his 250th Manchester United appearance with a goal, and he was involved in the second one as well, Wrighty, heavily.
Yeah, but like I think that the pass from Ugarte, once this gets back from here, this pass here, you know, this opens it up brilliantly. Really good pace in, but it's the run off in the midfield, and the midfielder not going with him, and you can't do that. Look at Ndidi, you know, he's run straight past him. He's got to go with him, see him out. He doesn't see him out, and that's what they take it for granted. Is he going to be able to get it in there? Hopefully he won't, but he can, because he's a Premier League player. And then it's a great ball from Mazraoui, and it's a good goal from Fernandes. I know he's got the luck with the touch there, but it's the run that's made that for him. Really good goal, good stuff from United.
I liked Højlund's positive run there as well, right?
Yeah.
He takes both centre-halves out of play, and then Fernandes can ghost in behind. So it was a good bit of centre-forward play. He just dropped into the hole, spun, and then made a real positive run.
They've been very vibrant and sharp, United. They look really sharp with what they're doing. They look like they're very energised.
Leicester have had a couple of moments. At 1-0 in particular, midfield runner, Wilfred Ndidi. Should he have done a little bit better?
Yeah, it's really, I think he should. It's good play from Leicester. They play through the lines well, which we know they can do. It's a good run, good time of the run, poor from Manchester United, but he gets there. As soon as he gets that touch away, he's got to move his feet quickly. And take that. There's great timing and a great pass to find him. It's there. Can you move your feet there? Take your shot. You might hit it into the ground. It might bounce over the goalkeeper's legs. Probably a midfielder who's not used to being in those positions so much, not sharp enough to kind of get his shot away there.
Ahmad preferred to Garnacho today. Got 2 goals in Europe in the week. Could have maybe increased the lead further just before half.
He could have. He does so well as well. I love, again, little look over the shoulder. You know, he's always aware of what's around him, and this bit of skill and burst of pace is brilliant. And then once you get into the position, once you do the hard work, to just put your head down and smack it. I mean, I don't get that. I can't associate with that. I would never have done that myself. I mean, everybody has a different way of finishing, but surely you're 15 yards out, surely. The goalkeeper's going down as well. No roll into the corner. I don't think you've got to just smack it as hard as you can down the middle.
I could have been 3-0. Yeah, his team conceded 5 at Old Trafford in the League Cup. Very different team, very different game today. As far as Manchester United are concerned, you've been looking at the numbers. 10 games in, 9 goals scored. Their lowest ever at this stage in the Premier League era.
Well, we spoke about Arsenal and their struggles to score goals. Manchester United are exactly the same, has been for some time. You look at their goal-scoring options, it's not great, especially when you cast your mind back to yesteryear with Manchester United, all those different people. And a lot of the thing is decision-making. I mean, they refuse certain passes on a regular occurrence, and promising attacks like this one just, you know, go to dust within seconds with just a one bad decision. You know, you've got runners in this team. Garnacho's quick, Rashford's quick.
He's on the bench today.
Garnacho's on the bench today, yeah. Ahmad starts. But there's opportunities constantly to play players in. Overlaps. The real good weapon in football is the overlap. How you can ignore it and come inside into bodies, and then all of a sudden you want to go down the same areas that, you know, that had opened up a couple of seconds earlier. It's just poor decision making. Rashford's in. It's a simple ball. He's got pace. This is what you dream of before a game. 1 or 2 scenarios like this where, wow, somebody's there in space with the head open, and you've got someone like Rashford or Garnacho that can run into that space, and they flat back refuse to do it. Whether they can't see the pass, or they can't deliver it, but there's lots of opportunities. As you say, Steve, this just highlights their goal-scoring problems. I mean, it's quite incredible. With the money they've spent, the options they've got, they just can't score goals.
And it highlights the challenge for Ruben Amorim, Frank, coming into work tomorrow. Before we talk about that, I just wonder, if you were him, would you say thanks but no thanks to Ruud Van Nistelrooy as their interim manager because he's such a presence?
Only he can answer that one. I think generally when managers come in, he's coming in a good place. They've wanted him, so I would expect he'll want to have his staff and work with people that he knows and trusts. So if he's got his staff, then I guess he brings them in, and maybe Ruud moves on. But I don't know enough about that, but I think that would make sense to me.
He seems to be a manager that a lot of clubs wanted, and the old adage that Manchester United should be a club to go and get the best. Is he more or less the best out there at the moment?
Well, I don't know about the best. I mean, there are other very good managers out there. Is he gettable? One of the best that's gettable potentially. Yeah, I think it's exciting in a sense because what he's done in the Portuguese league, which is a completely different league. So there's exciting parts and there's risk, but there'll be risk to anybody that they bring in. He speaks well. He shows character. He shows personality. That's a big thing about working at a club the size of Manchester United. So I think he seems like he's got that to take on, and looks like he's confident in his own skin, in my opinion. And he will have to reorganise his team because when you look at those chances Michael's showing you there, these are things that are off the cuff that are happening in games. They're off the cuff. They're making the wrong decisions. They're not executing the final pass or whatever. When that's happening, you can't rely on that. Something has to happen to change the team and make it more organised, understand, to see an idea, a pattern of how they're going to play, how do they want to score goals. Because at the minute, unless they score these quick counter-attacks and get those moments completely right, they're scoring 9 goals this season. So something's wrong. So it's probably a nice fresh start for the manager. As much as he might come in and go, there's a lot of work to do, he can probably kind of go, well, we're starting at a pretty low place.
I'm interested from a coaching point of view, though. Everyone expects him to go with 3 at the back, which he's always done. In an international break with no pre-season, is that possible in such a short period of time to change that and hit the ground running?
It won't be easy, but I would say it's possible, and I say it would just completely regarding the players that he's got. He'll go through that squad and go, have I got people who can be my wing-backs who are a really important part of that system? Have I got the centre-backs to do it? I think they do have centre-backs. How well suited they are to being a side centre-back and stepping in and covering spaces is one question. So I think there'll be a lot of questions for him. Have I got people that can play on those inside sort of 10 positions like he's played at Lisbon? So there are so many questions there. A good manager has to get the best out of what they got, and he needs to find out what that is quickly, and I would expect he will go with what he knows because that is what's brought him success.
I mean, he has to, doesn't he? It's not like Manchester United are in the Champions League spots and everything's going perfectly well. I mean, if there's ever a chance, it's quite evident that things haven't been working for a long, long time now, so there's no better time than now to come in and change something. You can't